Thanks so much, Kaylee. Rachel and Gabby's journey is coming to an end, and the two bachelorettes have not had an easy go of it this season. It's down to 2 men, and the women are worried that engagements are not in their future. Here to break down last night's episode is our reality TV reporter, Lilly Evans. Lilly, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, I'm so
excited to talk about this.
Yes.
Finale was crazy. Can you give us a little recap of last night's episode?
Of course, I would be so happy to. So this is part 1 of the 2-part finale. Next one airs next Tuesday. Last night, of course, as Jesse says, it's always the most dramatic season ever. And honestly, I have to say, the drama was brought. Tears were shed. Tea was spilled. It was happening for sure. So one of the really big things that happened last night was Rachel and Avon got in a huge fight. There was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misunderstanding. Rachel seemed to believe that Avon was ready for an engagement. He was ready to get down on one knee, but he said that that's not the case. So lots of tears were shed. Rachel was extremely, extremely upset. When it comes to Gabby, she introduced Eric to her family, and of course we got to see a little bit of everyone's favorite, Grandpa John. Eric really, really liked Gabby's family, and it was very mutual. He has no doubt that he wants to leave the Bachelorette with Gabby, but he said that he too might not be ready to get down on a knee. So there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, lots of drama. And to talk about Rachel, Rachel said that she felt betrayed and blindsided by Avon, something that was one of her biggest fears throughout this entire season. What led to the two of them breaking up?
So it was Rachel's belief that Avon was ready to be engaged. And Avon has expressed multiple times that he is in a stage in his life where he's ready to be engaged, but he is not certain that he is ready to be engaged to Rachel, just because the two of them have simply not had enough time to really get to know each other. He spoke with Rachel's friends and told them this before having this conversation with Rachel, leaving her to hear this from her friends instead of from Avon. So of course she was super upset, super blindsided, and she did end up sending him home. So Tino is Rachel's last guy here, so it's up to him to bring the commitment.
Yeah, well, it seems like a common theme of this episode is men not being ready to propose to these girls. In a quick little moment, why do you think that Gabby and Rachel are so adamant about being engaged?
I think it's so clear that the two of them are really ready to settle down, which is fair, but we have to keep in mind this is the first season that we've had 2 bachelorettes. It's already a very short amount of time where these people get to fall in love, and it was cut even shorter because the first few weeks were meant to figure out who wanted to date who. So next week will be exciting for sure.
We'll have to see. Well, thank you so much, Lilly. And don't go anywhere on Peelers because there's still more to come. We'll be right back.